Here.
Alright,
we are into the champion select, and I will get that up on your screen for you guys real soon.
We are about to get into our first game.
Why do you hate me? Well, we might not be able to get that going with the with our nice, beautiful overlay. Might have to do it like this again today. A little unfortunate.
Guys, real soon. We are about to get into our first game.
Why do you hate me? Well, we might not be able to get that going with the with our nice, beautiful overlay. Might have to do it like this again today. A little unfortunate. The first band's a Morgana here. Decent band. We see the Elise and the Echo band away as well. Victor also dropped off. Victor, a very strong mid lane champion.
The first band's a Morgana.
Wish I just had the client up there.
We see the Elise and the Echo band away as well.
Victor also dropped off. Victor, a very strong mid lane champion.
The first band's a Morgana.
Wish I just had the client up there.
We see the Elise.
Alright, guess I can't get the stream going properly. So we have the last band is a Thresh there, and then Saber is the last band. Saber is strong with their ultimate. Blue first pick, the blue side, and then we have Jinx Nautilus immediately locked in for the purple team. Now we don't know where that Nautilus is going. I don't know that it's going to be support Nautilus, top lane, mid lane,
there, and then Saber is
jungle. Probably not going to be mid lane. Don't expect to see the mid lane AP Nautilus coming out today. Probably not going to happen.
Jinx Nautilus immediately locked in for the purple team. Now we don't know where that Nautilus is going. I don't know that it's going to be support Nautilus, top lane, mid lane,
jungle. Probably not going to be. Alright, then we have Janna Caitlyn, very safe lane, great poke. Janna just puts the shield onto the Caitlyn just before the headshot, and Caitlyn just does a lot of damage. Could we be seeing a Wick War? Probably not. Not going to see a Warwick, most likely. We do have the Leona locked in, so far a really nice lockdown. There's a lot of lockdown between the Nautilus and the Leona. Both of them have CC on almost every single part of their kit. I'm not even going to commentate on the jungler that just kid's looking to pick up, just because he keeps switching back and forth. At this point, it's not really worth it for me to talk about each champion as he hovers over. We'll see what he picks at the very last second here. And it is the Shaco locked in there. That's an interesting one. I believe this is the first Shaco of the tournament here. So that should be interesting to see how that one goes. Shaco, you know, that infamous solo queue champion. See how he does. See if he can operate properly in a team environment. Get his lane snowballing. Get himself to where he can be a real split push threat. Because he can escape very well with his Q. So we'll have to see how he does. Looks like the Rek'Sai probably going to be picked up here, and an Ezreal probably going to be an AP Ezreal in the mid lane with a Lulu top. Lulu top going to be very difficult for Nas to deal with that, and we are having the last pick coming in. That last player is coming in is actually Ari, my co-caster. He had to step in to fill the shoes of a player who was not able to make it for day 2. And so he has stepped in and is currently playing in this game that's on stream. And he does lock in the Orianna. Orianna, very safe pick, very strong pick. Real good right now. And just in general, she's been one of the most played mid lane champions since Season 2. We'll have to see how she does in the mid lane. It's going against that AP Ezreal. So he's strong, but early on, Orianna is very strong as well. Can trade very effectively with her autos. Due to the clockwork wind up passive. So if I can go away from press, I'm yawning like mad. It was long night last night and then early morning. And give me a second while I respond to chat. And let someone else respond to chat. So we are just into the spectator delay here very shortly, and then we'll get the game running. That doesn't make sense why it's not. Oh, I don't want stream delay. That's not good. Yes, we have the Rek'Sai in the jungle, Lulu top lane, Ezreal in the mid lane, that AP Ezreal most likely, and then Caitlyn Janna in the bot lane. Very strong, very safe lane. Jinx Leona, much less safe, but also a decent lane. A lot of lockdown in that lane. Nala's up in the top lane, and he's gonna be annoyed by Lulu initially, but then he should be able to just power through it and do okay. And then you have the Orianna in the mid lane. The real wild card of this game, the real big important pick of this game is the Shaco coming in the jungle for Jester Kid. Running that Smite and Exhaust. Not Smite and Exhaust, you see some Shacos run, or Smite Flash, as you would see most junglers run, but the Smite Exhaust wants to get that extra slow, wants to reduce the damage coming in, and wants to lower the armor and MR. Shaco does a fair bit of mixed damage. Most of his magic damage is from his Shiv, his E, very strong ability. And we're just waiting for the game to start up here. Minute and 15 left on the delay. Or minute 20 apparently. And we'll be getting into the game here. Should be an interesting one. I'm just gonna take a quick look at something here. Alright, so yeah, we're almost into the game here, and yeah, like I was saying, the Shaco is gonna be really important to this game. You know, what does he do for his first jungle clear? Does he invade? Does he just do his own buffs? What does the Rek'Sai do? How does he deal with the Rek'Sai if the Rek'Sai comes into his jungle? Rek'Sai, very good against Shaco because you can still see him even after Shaco uses his Q. Because the Rek'Sai's Trevor Sense will be able to spot the Shaco out even if Shaco is invisible, so that's going to be really strong. If Rek'Sai's sitting there waiting for a gank and then Shaco comes to gank, he'll know even if his laner doesn't, and even if Shaco is invisible due to the Tremor Sense, so that'll be very useful against the Shaco. And we're going to throw the sponsors back up for a minute during the load screen here. And then once we're in the game, we'll just drop back into the game here. And here we are into the game. See how these teams go about the start of the game. Lulu is going with the Doran's Ring as anticipated. I'm just going to adjust these champions here on the board here. If only teams start lining up in order. So it looks like Shaco is going to start with his blue buff here. Just use the boxes, get that done right quick. Move on to his another camp, and then his red most likely. We're getting wards down. Both teams, not much. Mostly defensive wards out of the blue team here. Just trying to keep themselves safe during the early game. Don't want to have to deal with any Shaco nonsense very early. Just get yourself set so far behind you can't. It becomes really difficult to come back into the game. Looks like Rek'Sai, she will be starting on the Krugs. Looks like it will be blue spawn, a blue start for Shaco. Got the boxes down. Jinx and Leona probably going to take the Gromp for the XP. We'll see if Rek'Sai actually takes Krug XP or whether she just starts it up, does some damage, and then leaves. Shaco dropping all his boxes so he can take the blue buff as quick as possible. Should be spawning in here. Just 3, 2, 1. Box is doing a lot of damage to it. He's not even going to have to smite the buff. Instantly gets it. No issue at all for Shaco. Ezreal is starting with the Q. Is going to be the AP Ezreal most likely. Is running the Flask for the extra regen, both health and mana. Even CSing in the bot lane. Don't expect a huge amount of action early in this game. Until the junglers get involved, I don't expect much to really happen in most of these lanes. Until level 6 is there, it is. There's Shaco getting the buff. It's going to get jumped on. Does have the exhaust. Now, Rek'Sai has to be very careful here. Because Shaco... Actually, Shaco's going to be killed, but he does have his Q. Not too worried. Did get the buff. Burned his exhaust. Didn't burn anything of Rek'Sai's, but other than that, got the buff. All he wanted. Probably would have liked to have saved his exhaust, but had to use it there to reduce the damage he was taking. Still, it's another buff for Shaco, and he will get his red buff, and so he will get the 3 buff off onto Rek'Sai. In all honesty, at this rate Rek'Sai's clearing, if Shaco can get this red buff down, he might be able to make it to Rek'Sai's blue at the same time. And if he could 4 buff Rek'Sai, that would be incredible. Rek'Sai is at her wolves right now. We'll be going on to the blue. Shaco taking his red. It will probably be getting too low to be able to go ahead and move on to that blue buff, especially because Rek'Sai will most likely back and be at full HP for that. There's the Leona Zenith Blade onto the Janna. Leona herself takes way more damage in that trade just from minions and Caitlyn. Ezreal putting a little damage onto Orianna there. Nothing too serious. In the mid lane, Orianna of a bunch of CS doing pretty well. Jinx up 10 CS onto the Caitlyn. And Nautilus is up CS as well, so CS leads in every lane, even the jungle. For the red side here. Which equates to about a 200 gold lead, so very small lead at this point in the game. Nautilus just using his E to wave clear. Lulu sitting there calmly, just glitter lancing the wave. Doesn't really mind. It doesn't care about his push all that much. The blue buff still hasn't been taken. Looks like Rek'Sai is going to go to it now, but that's a very late take on the blue buff. And we'll see how that affects us the game. Ezreal will be getting it much later than Orianna. We'll see if Orianna will be able to pressure Ezreal when she has the blue buff and he is not. Nautilus just casually walking up, throwing some damage down. Zenith Blade does miss. Nothing out of Leona, and there's Nautilus getting aggressive onto the Lulu. Has to be a little bit careful. But nothing too serious. You should be fine. No issue at all. Leona getting very aggressive here, looking to try and land something where they were in the earlier position. You can make a move on them, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Orianna still with a CS lead in the mid lane. Jinx as well. Nearly double Caitlyn's. But as it stands right now, everyone's just standing around farming. There's a 500 gold difference just from the farm, and that's about all that's happened so far on the game side from a single game. Here comes Shaco coming in, actually. Choppers are down, and they miss. Zap misses, so there was a Shiv that hit. It didn't even break the Janna shield, so that was not exactly the most effective gank, as Shaco ganks actually usually are not all that effective. unless you get a very good surprise factor for them. There's Nautilus hooking onto the Lulu. Lulu has her level 6 though, has her wild growth. Nautilus does not have level 6, does not have his ultimate, does not have that depth charge to really lock someone up. And it looks like he's going low. Lulu, very aggressive. Nautilus does have his 6 now, so he just gonna ult the Lulu, flash, and what a play by the Nautilus. Ulted her, flashed, autoed, so that she wasn't able to get off her wild growth in time to save herself in between the stun from his auto attack wearing off and the ult hitting her. Great play by the Nautilus there. Picks up first blood, solo onto the Lulu, has his catalyst. Here comes the Shaco into the mid lane. There's the box maneuver. There's the Leona flashing in. Not going to be able to do anything. A little late on the Q, or the E there, the Zenith Blade. And now Ezreal is on the run through the forest. Looks like he may try and deny himself or something. Or there's Janna to help him out, and Caitlyn, so he's fine. Rek'Sai sitting there, will be okay. They do know that Shaco's there from his movement. So Ezreal able to get away, no issue. Leona burned a flash, a little unfortunate. Ezreal also burned his, but Ezreal much easier to position with just because of that Essence Flux. Leona, of course, does not have a skill like that, so she has to be very careful and very intelligent with her positioning now, especially in lane. Nautilus able to put some serious pressure onto the Lulu. You can just walk up, land the slow, land the auto, hook, just do a lot of damage. Half Lulu's health. Lulu's got to check a potion. There's another E out of him. He's got such a low cooldown. He can be so aggressive with it. Jake's continuing to just accrue a CS lead. There's the Rek'Sai. There's the ult out of Lulu. She should be safe. Rek'Sai. Nautilus thought about turning around trying to kill the Lulu, but now he's realized that it was a bad idea. And he's going to hook to the wall, and he should be okay. Won't die, but did take a little extra damage there that he didn't really need to, simply because he thought he might have been able to kill the Lulu there. And Rek'Sai still up there, putting some pressure onto the Nautilus. Lulu very low as well as the Nautilus. Has to be careful there. Shaco getting low in the jungle. No huge surprise there. Leona hits the stun onto the Janna there, but Jinx hits the zap onto a minion. Here comes the TP from the top lane. Lulu TPs immediately onto Choppers, but will be able to land a slow, most likely onto Leona. Does get it off. Here comes the Caitlyn ult. Not going to be enough. Is the Lulu damage to be? Note, Janna with the flash is able to secure the kill there for Blue's side. They take down the Leona, expending a lot for it. Multiple flashes, TP, one ult. A lot of investment just to kill the support. Now, I believe it will give them the dragon. There will not be any contest for this as the support is dead. Ezreal missing most of his skill shots there onto the Shaco. A little unfortunate, not a lot of damage there. They are able to pick up the dragon, and it's 940 that they pick that up. Ezreal finds the pink ward here. We'll be able to clear that out. But we'll take... Oh, Ezreal. Arcane shifts out of the shockwave. A little bit of a premature one there. Ezreal very good at dodging skill shots such as that. Does have his tier, does have his Aether Wisp, is building up towards the Rune Glaive. Big, once he picks up that and the Luden's Echo, or the Death Cap, most likely Luden's Echo, he'll be very powerful. It will dish out a lot of damage, but until then, he's fairly weak, generally. Nautilus with the hook onto Lulu, gets the auto, gets the slow, with his W, gets a bunch of damage there. Shaco taking the red buff, getting a little low. You still do see that CS lead in the mid and bottom lane. Not quite as much in the mid lane. It has been closed up a little bit by the Ezreal. One will expect that he will begin to start being able to clear the waves incredibly efficiently and easily. But Orianna will always be able to do that. Nautilus looking to get some more harass down onto this Lulu here, using his E, get a lot of damage onto her. without a whole lot that Lulu can return. Every lane from red side is pushing up very strongly. Ooh, JayVicious is the team. So Oriana slowly pushing that up. Be interesting to see what Ezreal is maxing, actually. Let's select him. I'll take a quick look. We're using the directed camera just because I can't commentate anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I commentate and do the camera. So Oriana actually has a tier herself, but she has the needlessly large rod, so it'll be interesting to see what she goes for after this. I'm going to assume probably a death cap. Oriana, fantastic with lots of mana. Oh, Ezreal actually aggressively arcade shifting with Shaco there. He's going to have to pop the barrier. Shaco going to eat the tower shot, but nothing too bad. But yes, Ezreal with the aggressive arcade shift there just as Shaco came in. Very unfortunate timing. Did cost him both his summoners. But Rek'Sai is here in the bottom lane. Leona, very tanky, but probably still going to die. Gonna use the Solar Flare. May actually make it out. Jinx gonna eat the Caitlyn ult. And she will. And Leona will survive. And that'll be a lot of damage onto the both of them in the bot lane though. But no deaths. You see the ease at which Oriana last hits that clockwork wind-up passive, all that extra damage she's able to get onto her autos from her AP. No, it's looking to get aggressive onto the Lulu here. Does a lot of damage to her once more. And here comes the dive. Jinx, 100% dead as anything. No way she makes it out of this one. And that will be a kill and a 2-1 score for the blue side. Rek'Sai sounds the farm alarm, goes off to the jungle to now cover that lane from the Nautilus. Gets actually hooked by the Nautilus, takes a fair bit of damage, truth be told. Have to be very careful. Nautilus damage deceptively high, does a lot of it, and you do not anticipate him to. Shaco taking his blue buff, getting a little low during that. Oriana went with the tier, so he figures he doesn't need to give it to her. Lulu with a finish off Morello. Able to put a lot of damage out. Has good CDR, good AP. Still very dangerous with this Nautilus here in this lane. You can lock her down very easily, lock her up for a long time. A super strong champion. And Ezreal just ults the Shaco in the face, does a huge amount of damage to him, and Ezreal's gone. Ezreal's starting to get really strong here, starting to land some good poke onto the Oriana. He's starting to get out of hand. And here's Rek'Sai. They had a failed gank in the mid lane. Rek'Sai trying to make the Shaco pay for it. Not actually going to be able to get the knockup before Shaco can queue up, back up over the wall towards the tower and to safety. They are putting good pressure there, but up at the top lane, Nautilus is still just sitting there, farming happily to his heart's content. Oriana, once again, taking a lot of damage there. Has to be very careful. Does have the barrier, but that may not be enough in a short situation. You may not react quick enough to get it. Nautilus taking a lot of damage. Misses the hook actually. Now he does want to go back. That's why he's just spamming and pushing. He's probably got a fair bit of gold on him right now. Yeah, sitting on 2,100 gold on the Nautilus right now. Does want to go back and chop. Wants to use that money, turn it into power.
All the melee setups, can you switch over to PM, please? If you're sitting at a melee setup, you check and see if there's a lead in
But after a couple little bits of energy into the mid lane, the game has slowed back down to just farming here. They're sitting at a little under half health, has to be very careful. Can actually die fairly easily. Orianna is going to find the pink wards near the mid lane and clear those out. There's the aggression onto Leona. Leona going to jump in onto the Caitlyn, not going to be able to kill her. Not going to be able to kill the Johnny either. We'll get one kill, and then Jake's able to run away. There's the Shaco ult onto the Caitlyn. Not going to be able to keep going. There comes the Ezreal ult through. Doesn't hit anyone. Looks like Rek'Sai's here as well. They're going to back up a bit. There's the Shaco box getting a fear off. It actually slows everyone enough that they can get away. Shaco going crazy. Going in onto the Caitlyn. Not going to do anything. Actually going to die there. Rek'Sai and Ezreal going to kill the Orianna though. No way she gets out of this one. No. She is very dead. Nautilus is able to take the top tower. Did not have TP. Had just used it recently. And that will be an easily won fight for the blue team there. Nautilus is getting his push on, but Nautilus not the most successful pusher. Will not get a huge amount of damage on the tower. And with John there, will probably not get any. Very even game so far in terms of the gold. Only 300 separates the two teams at this point in the game. Nautilus taking a huge amount of damage from the tower. May get chased down by the Johnny. No, John decides to back it up. Not worth going after him for. And just leads the lane back to Lulu. Nautilus going to go back, spend his money, become very tanky, and become a very tanky, happy man. Suit, armor, diving thing. Alright, I'm just going to fire up Oliver CS in the mid lane here. Shaco going to walk through the jungle, finds the ward, will clear it out. But he does now know that they did have vision on the net. Lulu, having even Boots of Lucidity, and the Amplifying Tome. Maokai going for the Rod of Ages again, and Mark Treads, and a Negatron Cloak. No, yes, it's the Negatron Cloak. The Null Magic Mantle is the 500 piece. Rek'Sai putting the pink down. Doesn't want to get the wards in that bush. Wants to maintain vision over that area for Baron just because it's so much easier. Leona going in is going to land a stun onto the Lulu. Not going to come to anything, unfortunately. Huge 3-man shockwave out of Camtana. They're going to put a lot of damage onto the Rek'Sai here. Leona going very aggressively onto this Ezreal. Not going to be able to take him down. Shaco will be able to kill him though. They are chasing the Rek'Sai away. The Super Mega Death Rocket will miss, and they actually will not be able to take down the Rek'Sai there. There was a great 3-man shockwave out of Camtana. Great play by him. Nautilus actually had rotated down, so they will be able to take this tower. Nautilus is going to take a shot just to make the minions survive a little longer, and he probably made a small mistake. But with Jinx here and with this size minion wave, they should be able to take the tier 2 in the middle lane. Janna is not going to be enough to save this from Jinx. Jinx will absolutely shred this tower in a matter of moments. Orianna as well also has a blue pot, and there's a kill onto the Janna. The explosion from the Shaco clone killed her. Ezreal ult goes up to clear the way. They should be able. Blue side should be able to pick up tier 1 mid after this, just because red side is so low they can't stay and defend it. But they're actually not all that low, I just realized. There's the Orianna damage really coming through. It has a Seraph's Embrace finished, and a pair of Spellpin boots, and it's starting to really hurt now. Of course, the same can be said for the Ezreal. Ezreal has finished his Lich Bane, building up towards the tier. Not sure how I feel about that build. There's the ulti from Leona, just on the Lulu's about half health. Here comes the flash out of Nautilus and Shaco, not going to get anything. Ezreal does miss his W, will not get any kills there. More people surviving at very low health. There's the Ezreal, will actually kill the Nautilus, will not go down. Jinx Rocket not going to be able to kill anyone. Leona going to throw out her E, going to land the Q onto the Ezreal, not going to get a kill. Jinx trying to put the damage down. Jinx is able to pick up the kill there onto the Lulu. There comes the Ezreal ult, not actually going to take anyone down, but Shaco, Leona, Jinx, Orianna all incredibly low. There's the Orianna ult, actually saves her life and gets a kill. Great play by the Orianna there to manage to turn around that kill onto the Rek'Sai. Does make it a kill lead for them from that fight. Leona getting caught out, is going to jump in. Don't know if that was the best idea. Looks like she'll probably go. No, the heal out of the Jinx is finally used, and it will save Leona's life. Very hectic fight. Looks like it will easily be able to take the mid-tier 1 tower here. No questions asked from the blue team. Going to take that down. Go ahead and give themselves a nice little chunk of gold there. Still very even. Red side has pulled a slight lead up, but you can never discount the AP Ezreal. There's the Nautilus hook onto the AP Ezreal, and the AP Ezreal is dead. So now you can count on him. Count down his time to back to life. Dragon coming up in about a minute and 20. Oh, there's Shaco found out by the Rek'Sai. That's it. Just Qs, walks away, no big issue. Orianna does have the blue pot R still, I believe. Does still have the blue pot on her. Is still very useful. Provides a lot of CDR and ability power. Very strong potions there these days. Or elixirs, sorry. Call them elixirs. And this looks like a push onto the mid lane. They will take that tower. No contest. Leona sitting about how Nautilus just walking up, you know, saying, "Hey guys, what's up? Gonna land some autos." There's a 3-man stun, not a 3-man stun, but a 3-man ult out of the Leona. But Leona will actually drop. There will be no kills here. There comes a hook. Jinx gonna get a tower and a kill at the same time. Took the bot lane tower, fired up her ultimate, and was able to take down Janna in the mid lane. Rek'Sai going under for Shaco, but looks like his team will run zones, so they are not able to slave out the Shaco very easily. I would have to go through his whole team. Nautilus getting smite, but here comes the Jinx actually, and there is a shockwave available for Orianna, which takes a huge chunk of damage from the Ezreal there. Ezreal able to put out a lot of damage early on in these fights now. He's got that Lich Bait, he's got that Needs Large Rod, his W's hurting, his Q's hurting. He's a force to be reckoned with at this point. This Shaco pick is not doing a whole lot for their team. Even earlier, we do have the Dragon instead of here by the blue side. That allows you to be very careful of whether they get attacked while they're doing this. It doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like just afterwards when they want to go in. There's the auto. That is going to be a very dead Janna. May not be able to follow up with more. May be able to get some. Don't know yet. The zap does hit. There's the Ezreal ult across the whole team. Kimitana flashes forward. Leona, E's, Q's, slows. The shockwave goes off, but the Super Mega Death Target had already gotten the kill. There's a Lulu. She is going to get hooked by the Nas, is going to get pulled back in, is going to get exhausted, and will die there to the Jinx autos. And Nautilus coming down to meet up with his team in the bot lane. Will land the hook out of the Ezreal. Not going to do anything though, as Ezreal and Rek'Sai able to just turn that around, get some kills. Kim10 taking the tower, is going to die. Rek'Sai going to go in onto the Jinx, not going to be able to kill her, is going to then turn onto the Shaco. Shaco's going to juke back, but Rek'Sai going to land that onto the Jinx. Jinx will be going down. Ezreal able to E forward, get the Essence Flux damage onto the Jinx, get the kill, gets the shutdown, 13 to 13 and kill, 38.7 to 35.9. So about 2.7k gold lead. Very small lead at this point in the game. 25 minutes into it. So it's a very even game so far. Once again, I'm just not feeling the effectiveness of this Shaco pick. It did not do much in the early game. It's not working out very well now in the mid game. I'll have to see if he can turn it into a viable split pusher come the late game and really get things rolling that way, so we can easily join a fight. But until then, he may be fairly irrelevant for most of the game. Blue team clearing out Baron vision, making sure that red side won't be able to sneak it. Dragon isn't up, so they don't have to worry about that. Jinx is taking a red buff there. Gonna be able to get that secured up. We'll take out the pink ward. No big deals. Whew. Nolos does have the Abyssal Scepter. Got that complete up. Looks like Oriana is going for the Rylai's. Don't know how I feel about that. She's already got a slow on her on one of her main damage abilities. Don't know how I feel about the Rylai's. Invisible Shaco. The ball actually only hits the John, and the ult doesn't hit the John, and Shaco immediately dies. John is ulted, but I don't think she's going to go down yet. Will actually continue to survive. And Leona does take a huge amount of tower shots and is very, very low. And she actually will go down to the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is able to pick it up. Nautilus is able to turn onto Lulu, but there's the shutdown onto the Ezreal from the Oriana. Able to turn that one around and get the kill onto the Ezreal there. Lots of damage gone from their side. And this will be a shove in from the top lane. We'll be able to get that tier 3. Do not think they'll go any farther. Caitlyn and Janna are up. So is Rek'Sai, so they won't be able to continue going, but they will get that tower down. So now it's only the towers inside the base that are standing for the blue side. And we do see a T-Bat picked up by the Shaco there. So he's really working towards that split push threat. I apologize for pauses, ladies and gentlemen. I am incredibly tired still. I haven't woken up. Still working on my coffee. So I'm trying to be awake. Okay, once the device is plugged in. Troubleshoot the 900 network issues that we didn't have today. Thankfully, we managed to fix those. Truly, I wish we could get Tournament Realm clients for tournaments, for good tournaments. For Egg for Cancer or here at FGX. Both those tournaments would benefit greatly from that. And red side looking like they're just going to get a push into the base here. Some more that the Shaco is the weak link. They really can't die with Shaco. He gets absolutely chugged there. I'm not certain what that was, to be entirely honest. I was not paying attention to it. I was a little tired. I'm actually going to log off casting. I can't cast right now. My throat is too dead.
Red team's inhibitors respawning soon.